R&B at the time. The biggest figure controlling it the end of the world. These are the ends of the all humanity should gather as one prayer for the preservation of the being and soul and God the new of
And where it goes, it never ends. Wake me, my mind has been enslaved. Or am I so far gone, I'll never be myself again? Hate, shame, who's to blame? Where's the world I used
to know? Oh, all right. What's happening, guys? Girls, kids, loved ones, old ones, young ones, everybody. How's it going? How's it going out there? Everybody surviving as best they can. I am trying to survive. That was, who was that? That was a little Scott Stapp off of his new album. It's called The Space Between the Shadows. And that was a song called The World I Used to Know. Scott Stapp of Creed, still out there doing it. That, when was that album? That album was, does this thing tell me? Let's see. World I Used to Know. I don't fucking know. 2019, yeah, so it's just last year, so he's still out there doing it. I'm not feeling too great, guys, to be honest. I don't know, past few days, I've had a little bit of a cough, a little bit of chest congestion, a little bit runnier nose than usual. I know there's not really much to do about it, so I'm just I'm quarantining myself and just staying inside. I was supposed to go to Homegrown Brew House, 117 South Main Street. You got it. And I was supposed to open up today and throughout the week. I'm not sure if I'm going to or not. You know, I keep looking at more and more of this stuff with the coronavirus, COVID-19. It is not the Chinese virus. Don't use that word. You know, let's try and be a little more sensitive in these times, you know, and let's not, now is not the time to be putting blame on people for anything, for whatever, you know, people are out there. Oh my God, there's so much. It's kind of a yin and yang of sorts. There's always a push and pull. There's always an up and down. There's always a left and right. And right now we've got, still, in these trying times, we still got two sides of the fence. We got people that are wanting to expound upon and multiply and get out there and show love and togetherness and hope and compassion and whatever other words you can fit into there. And then you've got the others that are just hell-bent on despair and panic and you know, this is a hoax and screw everybody else and why can't we just go to work and this sucks and blah, blah, blah. So you got two sides. There's always two sides to everything. There's an extreme on both ends. And I just don't know, man. I just decided I was one of those people that was maybe not abiding by the rules as best I can. And a lot of people were mad about that, you know, that the government is telling us what we can and cannot do. Well, for God's sakes, they're trying to do it for your own protection, guys. They're not doing it to all of a sudden become authoritarians. They're doing it to try and save lives and save the economy, which, some people will say that I don't know. I can't even speak to this thing, really. It's just got me all over the place because there's so many different aspects and avenues to this thing that it's unreal. And, I was one of the guys out there not being a solution to the problem. I was one of the guys out there being a pain in the ass and just really overemphasizing how I think the administration has handled this thing. Do I think they're doing a better job? Yes, I do. Do I think they care? Of course they do. I mean, their lives are just as much at risk as the rest of ours. The people down here in the trenches, we're just as much at risk as those guys up there in the high tower are. And we're seeing that now. I mean, there's a lot of these people that are getting, whether it be celebrities, whether it be athletes, whether it be people in Congress. No one is immune to this thing. And, we got to put a stop to it. If the virus has no place to go, the virus needs a host. It needs a host to live and to survive. And, if we don't do what we can to distance ourselves from the host out there, which I may be one of them, you may be one of them, I don't know. We may all be one of them. But if we don't put these hosts in a place and allow this virus to die out and not give it another place to jump, we're going to be with this thing for a long, 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 long time. We've seen the results from places that have really locked things down. We've seen a big positive impact with that. I don't think we're ever going to truly know the numbers. We talk about it, and Trump talks about it, and his administration talk about, they talk out of both sides of their mouth that they have a great relationship with China, but then in every sentence they condemn China and think that they're to blame for putting the entire world at risk for this virus. The virus could have originated anywhere. It happened to originate in China. I don't know. You don't know. Somebody knows probably, but you and I don't know. We don't know what the true story of this thing is. There's all kind of rumors out there that this thing was man-made or that it's, just another one of those viruses that's just transmitted through animals of some sort. That it's just like any other virus that's been out there, But there's other people out there that say, the Chinese, developed this and it was weaponized and they were going to use it as a weapon and it backfired on them and infected them. Who knows? And if you don't know, then just keep your damn mouth shut, man, and don't be out there putting words into people's mouths and putting ideas into people's heads. When you don't know the truth, all you're doing is spreading rumors and lies and untruths, falsities that, it's not helping anybody. So unless you've got some facts or unless you've got some real news to report, then let the people that do this for a living as a job, report these things. Repost them if you'd like. But I, for one, am getting tired of seeing all the reposting of just ridiculous partisan stuff that has nothing to do with helping anyone. All it is doing is trying to make the other side look bad, whether it be the left, the right, the black, the white, the Americans, the Chinese, the Russians, the Iranians, whomever. Let's just all get along during these times. What else do we need to happen to bring us together more than what is going on right now? Another 9/11, another somebody else needs to get assassinated. What needs to happen to bring us together and to quit all this bickering and to quit all the negativity? And again, I was a part of it. I was more so having fun than I was really believing a lot of the stuff that I put out there. And, in the right instances, at the right times, it can be a little fun to poke a little fun at somebody that's religious and you may not be religious, or somebody that's left and maybe you're right, or maybe somebody that I don't know, whatever the case may be. There's some time for some humor and some fun and some poking, but I've come to a point where I just don't think this is the time. You know, over the weekend, I've seen a big uptick and, you know, a good curve that we don't want to flatten out. I've seen an uptick in the positivity and the love and the people out there being creative and building crafts and writing poems. People are writing new song lyrics every day. Musicians are getting out there and doing live broadcast, and hell, some bartending friends of mine are out there making and displaying and teaching people how to make cocktails online. People are Skyping. People are FaceTiming together with their loved ones and actually talking on the phone. You walk around town, not at this point in time, but over the weekend, you know, going out in town, you'd see people actually talking to each other and sitting on a bench having a conversation instead of everybody's heads buried in their phones and people looking for Pokemons and and whatever else the case may be. People were actually interacting with other people. And that's coming a lot from me because I'm not at this point in my life. I used to be a big extrovert and I used to be real outgoing and out there. And I guess I still am in some aspects, but I'm more of a loner at this point. I enjoy my personal time and my personal space. I do like to get out and interact at work in my work setting. And I do like to get out and do some events with some people, whether it be musical events, whether it be a podcast on the road remotely, or whether it be just sitting here in the studio doing it. I love to have conversations, hence, you know, a podcast about conversations. Of course, I'm not having anybody in here at the moment. That would be irresponsible of me. And I guess that's what this show is about today. The show is about responsibility. Everybody needs to take personal responsibility for their actions. And whether or not you believe this thing is real, whether or not you believe it's a pandemic, whether or not you believe it's an emergency, whether or not you believe people should be displaced and out of work, whether or not you believe 3 or more people should not be able to gather together, whatever you believe, the rules are out there. I mean, the governors of each state and in the administration, the presidential, the White House has issued certain guidelines that we need to be going by. And one of those is staying your ass in your fucking house. And did I go to work Wednesday through Saturday last week? Yes, I did. We had curbside service. We were doing beer sales and also to-go food. It was one-on-one contact, not even contact, but one-on-one transactions with people. Sanitization was going on. Every time somebody came in, I re-sanitized the door, the bar top, whatever they touched, the computer screen to complete their transaction. If I handled money and credit cards and those type things, I washed my hands afterwards and re-sanitized everything, all the equipment. Every growler that was filled, whatever, was put into sanitizing water. So all the precautions. So I did that, and I went to an event Saturday night. There was 7 of us total, 3 on stage and 4 of us out in the audience. We were well spaced apart, 6 feet or more. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna lie, I even walked out. Stupid as it is, I walked the camera out. The camera is further away than it normally is. The camera is actually 6 feet away from me. So you guys are 6 feet away from me, even virtually. I'm not taking any chances. Like I said, I feel like I could be a little bit ill. I feel like I could maybe have this virus. I've talked to some people about it. Early yesterday evening, I checked my temperature. I had a temperature of 99.1. I've checked it since, and the 2 readings I've had since are 97.9 and this morning was 97.2. So I thought I was maybe catching a fever. Like I said, I've had a nose. You can hear me snotting a little bit. I've had an occasional cough. I guess it's a dry cough. I don't know. So I feel like I have some symptoms, but then if I look at symptoms of, pollen and allergies, well, fuck. It's a goddamn snowstorm of pollen out there right now. So I'm thinking that it's just allergies. The bad thing about this is just this polycythemia vera thing that I have makes me not feel so great to begin with anyway. So I don't know. I've got all kind of different different things that could be going on. I could have a cold. I could have the flu. I could have COVID-19, the coronavirus. I could have allergies. It could be some symptoms where I'm just feeling fatigued and I've got a headache and I've got some shortness of breath because of this polycythemia, which I'm supposed to get a phlebotomy for next week, but obviously all elective procedures and things like that have been postponed. They've already called me and canceled my colonoscopy, and they've also, not they being the phlebotomy people, but my GI doctor has called and canceled my colonoscopy, which was supposed to be on April 1st. It's probably TMI, but I'm an open book on this show. I've also got my phlebotomy. I had lab work scheduled for next Friday, and then the phlebotomy on the Monday following that. Sorry, I'm turning off my other speaker over here. And I want to plug my phone back in. Had this speaker out for the music. I'm going to find a better way to do that instead of playing it. I played it through that speaker, my Altec speaker, Altec Lansing speaker today, instead of just directly from the phone. So I'm hoping it's not going to be quite as tinny and as trebly and abrasive on the podcast. If it is, I think next time what I'll do is I'll actually embed an MP3 into the audio file instead of trying to play it from the phone. What was I going to do? Oh, I was going to plug my phone in because it's almost dead. Speaking of dead, I know that's a hard transition there. But speaking of dead, my headphone amplifier is still dead. I let the battery go out of it again. I did get with Eric Barnett at the jam session on Saturday night, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But I got with Eric Barnett, and he brought me a cord finally for this thing. But I left it at Fleming's at the Flim Shady Rest, so it's still sitting over there. I'm not going to go get it at this point anytime soon. Maybe next week. I don't know. But what was I getting at? I'm fucking all over the place. Oh, I was getting at, so I did all that last week. I went to work for a few hours a day just to try and help serve the community a little bit with their needs. And it seemed like nobody really bought much food. I had a couple food sales. Most people came in and bought some beer. I had maybe one person per hour come in for the 3 or 4 hours that we were open. I was supposed to do it again all this week, and I told Caleb, I said, man, I don't think it's responsible. I don't think we're a need. If people want to get, because we weren't going to do food at all this week, just beer. And realistically, if people want to get beer, instead of us being open and having one more place that people are going to travel to and interact with me, and I'm interacting with them, and I take it home to my roommate. My roommate's still working. He's working at Accent on Wine. He's got people coming in. I'm infected. Maybe I infect somebody at Homegrown. They go back, take it back to their family. So it's just another avenue to transmit this damn virus that doesn't need to be there. I mean, it's one more little tweak that we can make in the system to guarantee that nobody's getting an infection from that point of sale. If you want beer, there are grocery stores open, and the grocery stores are essential. They are selling eggs and milk and food and bread and toilet paper and sanitizing equipment and Purell and other foodstuffs and, vegetables and whatever you need for your family at home. They are essential. And guess what? They've got a full aisle full of beer, way more beer than I can sell you at Homegrown Brew House. You're already going to be there. You're going there for other needs anyway. You can get your beer there. We don't need another point of sale somewhere and just to make another port of entry for this virus to jump to another person and then jump to 5 more people. And then from those 5 people to 10 more people. And you know how it goes. That's how it works. So that's the whole point. Governor McMaster here in South Carolina did a news conference here earlier, and no more than 3 people at a time may gather. It's now a misdemeanor. It's a criminal offense. If you're caught out gathering and it looks like you're gathering on purpose out in public and the cops come by, they can write you a ticket and tell you to disperse. Now, obviously, it doesn't. If you have a family of 5, don't tell 2 of your family members that they have to stay away from you. They have to go to another room. That's ridiculous. No matter how much you dislike them, you guys can stay together in your own home. So the rule does not apply in your own house. Unless you feel like somebody is infected and you need to quarantine them to another part of the house, then do that, I guess. But I don't know, man. What am I drinking tonight, guys? Well, I am drinking Alai. Some people call it Alai. What do other people call it? Alai. Alai? I don't know. I don't know what other people call it, but other people call it different things. And what is going on here? I'm on the wrong internet. That's what's going on. I just brought this computer back upstairs. Last time I used it was over at Slim Shady's house. And the network I want is not even listed. I've lost a network somewhere. So one of my networks has quarantined itself somewhere in this room, and I don't know where it is. Here's a network. Hail Santa. That's pretty funny. Wonder which neighbor of mine has theirs set up as Hail Santa. That's pretty funny, though. What else we got on here? Fogel's House. Most of them are just kind of generic. Han Shot First. That's a good one. A lot of them it's just my Spectrum Wi-Fi. Titan Brat Dog. No Free Lunch 2018. More My Spectrums. Linksys. People are supposed to rename their networks to be on the safe side. That's what I learned when I took network security. I'm A+ certified and Network Plus and Security Plus certified. So probably not anymore. I think was that a 3-year? I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing on this show, guys. Oh, so Alai. That's how you pronounce it. It's from Cigar City Brewing Company. Cigar City Brewing is out of Tampa, Florida. And this is the one the other day when I was talking to, when I drank a Captain Lawrence beer over at Fleming's house and we did the show for the fundraiser. Captain Lawrence is out of New York, and I thought at the time that was the Florida Brewing Company that I was thinking of, but Cigar City is the one I was thinking of at that point. So that's what I'm drinking today. All Cigar City Brewing. At Cigar City Brewing, we make beer we like to drink and toast those who choose to drink with us. I'm not going through all the whole bullshit. Alai is 7.5% ABV. Alcohol by volume is 70 IBUs or International Bittering Units. Excuse me. It's got an average rating of 3.95. Alai, a game native to the Basque region of Spain, is played on a court called a fronton. Alai players attempt to catch a ball using a curved mitt whilst the ball travels at speeds up to 188 miles per hour. Proving they have a sense of humor, the Spanish dubbed this game, with its ball traveling at race car speeds, the Merry Game. Tampa was once home to a bustling Alai fronton, but sadly all that remains of Alai in the Tampa Bay area is the India Pale Ale that we brew in tribute to the Merry Game. The India Pale Ale style of beer has its roots in the ale sent from England to thirsty British troops in India during the 18th century. Pair Alai Indian Pale Ale with beef empanadas, deviled crabs, and other spicy dishes. So there you go. I've checked this beer in 9 times. I'm sure I've drank it way more than that. I'm going to check it in again. I give it a 3.75. Sometimes a 4, just depending on the can, how fresh it is. Sometimes that matters. So that's what we're drinking, High Life. I've got another one ready to open here, actually. But and if you see closely on the can, I'm not going to get up on it to you, but you can see in the background they've got some guys playing the game of High Life there. So it's pretty good can, pretty good beer. Really, it's a good standard if you're looking for just a good solid IPA, American style. Not the hazy, juicy stuff that I cannot stand right now. I've really lost the taste for that stuff, but it's a good beer. That's what we're drinking. I'm drinking it in a washout wheat glass, as a matter of fact, that I got quite a while back from Holy City Brewing Company. What else is going on? So we did a fundraiser over at Shady's house. Live stream on Facebook on Saturday night. Mr. Eric Barnett played. And before that, Thursday night, I think it was, we did an open mic style thing over there with Fleming Moore and Tanner. And we did the Low Billies played after him. And Mike Friend played after him. Again, kind of open mic style. All part of the fundraiser that Bummerville Amphitheater is doing to help displaced food and bev workers. So we're trying to raise $5,000, to which that money is going to go to 10 different food workers that have been displaced, friends of mine and friends of Fleming's, that we know that have a need for some additional money, that are really hurting right now, that need some stimulus before this stimulus bill gets signed, if it ever gets signed. That's some of the infighting that we're having going on right now, which is understandable. It's a big bill. It's a lot of money they're throwing out into the economy. Both sides want to make sure that the people of their interest are getting taken care of, which both of them should have similar interest in the entire American people. But each of them have different interests in different bigger companies that they're trying to bail out and help fund and things like that. So they'll come to an agreement eventually, but both sides have their own talking points, and they're both going to have to compromise. It's not going to be a win-win for both sides. I don't care how you wrap it up. Somebody is going to have to compromise, and both sides are going to have to compromise some of the things that they want, I think. But the Republicans are saying that the Democrats are stalling it. The Democrats are saying the Republicans are stalling it. And they're both stalling it. Let's be honest. They both have things that they want written into that bill or taken out of that bill. And it's going to take a day or two for them to shake it all out. And some of them are going to be butthurt. Some of them are going to be happy. But it's not about them. It's about the American people that are out here hurting and working or not working. I got way off track again. The fundraiser. So, we're trying to raise $5,000. 10 workers. We're going to give $500 a piece to those 10 people is the goal. So, if you can get out there and if you are have the means to support something like that, I know people are out there trying to support all kind of people, whether it be your own loved ones, your own sons and daughters, whether it be your parents. Maybe you're out there trying to support your parents because they don't have a steady source of income and they can't get out of the house or whatever. So everybody's trying to support somebody, but this is a good cause. One of the causes that are out there. You can go to bummerville.com, make a small donation, $1, $2, $5, $10, whatever you can afford. Every little bit helps, and it all adds up. And, we have to be the stimulus for this economy right now. Not for the economy. We have to be the stimulus for the people that can't really go out and participate in this economy right now because they have no money. And they're just trying to buy, beer, maybe a loaf of bread, maybe some toilet paper, maybe just some essentials, a carton of eggs, whatever. They've got kids. They're just trying to buy some formula. They're trying to get a diaper. Trying to get some laundry detergent to do some clothes, some laundry. Whatever. Everybody needs some help. If you are fortunate enough to be able to help somebody, help them. If you're not, and you're the person that needs help, reach out. There's plenty of people out there that are wanting to help and are looking for somebody to help and somebody to sponsor. So either get help or be helped. If you need something, hit me up on this podcast. Hit me up, craftconversationspod@gmail.com, or hit me up on Facebook or on the YouTube channel or Instagram or wherever. Send me a message and say, hey, Craft Conversations, I need help. And I'm displaced. I need some money, or I need help moving something, or I need help painting something, or my dog needs to go for a walk, or whatever. If I can't help you out, I will try and find somebody that can help you. I have a lot of resources. So, I don't know. That's all I got. I am going to go take a bath, I think. I feel like I want to take a bath and just relax. I'm going to sit back and just hope that I don't have this virus. I'm actually going to go listen to the latest White House update. I listen to that every day among a couple of other news items that I like to get my news from. Democracy Now!, the White House briefing, the Empire Files, a couple of different places that I'm trying to piece all this stuff together and make sense of it. But all right, that's all. That's it. That's everything. I'm signing off. Hopefully I entertained you or did something or gave you some info that can help. But go to bummerville.com, hit the donate button on the front page, and you can help some food workers that don't have an income right now or job. You can also go to Lutz Property Services. Almost forgot those guys. They are on Facebook. They have a website. The website is lutzpropertyservices.com. You can reach them at 843-203-3906. They provide excellent, exceptional customer service. They have an extremely high standard of quality. I believe they are still doing stuff right now, but they're exclusively for commercial and light industrial properties. They offer a broad scope of work. They have an on-demand team of highly skilled, vetted professionals ready to keep your facilities humming so you can focus on your business. And right now is a good time, man. I mean, I'm sure Brandon and his team are looking for work out there. They're just like everybody else. They're trying to maintain an income and keep their employees employed in this time of dire straits. While your business is shut down, possibly, or while it's at low capacity, as far as traffic going through there, maybe give Lutz Property Services a call. Let them come in and do some work while you're shut down. They're not going to infect anybody. You're not going to infect them. They can go in and help to improve your commercial business. And it's a win-win for everybody. So give Lutz Property Services a phone call, 843-203-3906. You can contact them on their website, lutzpropertyservices.com. You can hit them up on Facebook. You can go to Lutz Construction on Instagram, and you can send them a message out there as well. So there's plenty of ways to get in touch with these guys. That's Lutz Property Services. All right, that's all my stuff for today. I will talk to you guys soon. Damn it, I forgot to mention what I'm going to try and do. Since I can't get any guests in here, is I'm going to try and do some Skype interviews. And I hope one of the first ones I'm going to do is actually finally with my older son, Brian. So he keeps telling me he has crappy internet service where he is, but he doesn't know how it's going to work. And he's also working from home since his job at the university there in Flagstaff has been told to work from home. So hopefully that'll be coming up soon. That'll be fun. And again, talk to you soon, guys. Peace out. Be safe. Stay indoors. Love you.